Greetings, Timeshare Travelers. This is the Timeshare Traveler, episode 24, Hawaii Tropical Garden Tour near Hilo, Hawaii. It's about an hour and 20 minutes from Kona, about an hour and 10 minutes from Waikoloa. It's a beautiful thing. If you're in Hawaii, I highly recommend you go to a Botanical Gardens. The lush beauty from the tropical rains creates such beauty. I'm going to go through the tour in a lot of details and show you some pictures of flowers. But before I do, I'll tell you a little bit about my channel, then I'll get right into the details.
Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm your Timeshare Traveler. The goal of my YouTube channel is improving your timeshare travels. I'll do this through timeshare video reviews, tips for using timeshares, and much, much more. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, Twitter at Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com. And if you like my videos, don't forget to click subscribe below. Before I started you on the tour of actual sort of the walkabout, I wanted to show you photos of the flowers that I took and some close-ups. And not only do they look beautiful, but the smell is just amazing to do that. So I want to give you pictures of some of the flowers so that you would have a sense of why you want to go to the Botanical Gardens. Any trip to Hawaii would not be complete without a trip to Botanical Gardens, in my opinion. So here you go. There's the flowers. And now, in just a moment, we'll dig right into the actual trip and the walkthrough that I took. At the beginning of the Hawaiian Botanical Gardens. Pretty steep, they said, on the way down, but as you can see, around wonderful trees and plenty of stuff along the wall. And they do have benches every so often if you need to stop and rest. Some of the plants, and the beehive ginger there. Zooming again. And this is a plant from Vietnam right here. Actually, the beehive ginger is. And a Malay rose in Malaysia, and then there's the flowers of them. Really beautiful. Continuing on down the hill. A lot of plants from all over the world. Continuing on down, we have some large trees along the sides. I guess they're more tropical trees, the form of different palm trees. And here we have an interesting flower called cat whiskers, or Java tea. You can see looking down the hill that there's this amazing beauty here. Further down there's a place to sit and rest, and they show you in 1978 the founders of the garden. And this is kind of cool, like a little tunnel through these beautiful items on our way down toward the ocean. And these are called the red wings that I'm walking along. Across the bridge, looks like it hasn't rained much lately. There's no water in here. Heading on down again. Heading on the jungle trail and going to the waterfalls. Now the steps to go down to see the waterfall. Heading on toward the waterfall, and you can see a little waterfall. I don't think that's the waterfall, but it just shows the water coming down, and we are heading toward the waterfall. Love the vegetation here. And here's the waterfall, obviously. Okay, after the falls, heading on down further along the trail to see what's further along here. Again, beautiful flowers along the way and wonderful plants. Down the trail, you see the water, but also I was seeing banana trees. Walking further down the trail toward the banyan trees, as you can see. Beautiful. And it smells very tropical, like a jungle, I guess, which it is. Water's following us as we come down along the way. So you can just begin to see the ocean through the trees there. So this Botanical Gardens is right against the ocean, close to Hilo. Continuing on down the trail, and here's some little club moss, it's called. And again, always a bit of a canopy as you walk down along the trail. Continuing down the trail, lots of flowers along each side. My favorite looks like a snapdragon. It's actually a splash, it's called, which I guess that works too. And it's from Central America here. And that's interesting. I guess that's the seeds inside. And what would be Hawaii without going through the orchid garden? I'm going to take a side tour on the Lily Lake Trail. I'm thinking there's a lake with lilies on it. And again, lots of flowers along the way. And they have a birdhouse as well. Heading on down to the Lily Lake. And obviously this is why it's called Lily Lake. What an interesting tree in the middle. And those trees over there are growing actually in water. Which is fascinating. And now heading down the Monkey Pod Trail toward the ocean. And there'll be an ocean view, I'm sure. And again, many flowers along the way. And a place to sit and rest. Potentially even have a picnic lunch. Continuing on down the trail. And now you can see the ocean through the trees and you can hear it just a little bit. As the surf, you can hear the surf crashing if you listen carefully. Finding our way through the flowers and beautiful plants, heading toward a view of the ocean as you can now see it coming through. This is known as the Twin Rocks. We'll do that first and come back to the ocean vista. And you can see the rocks out there and why it's called the Twin Rocks. It also looks like a tropical place, kind of an alcove in from the ocean. The ocean view, like the last ocean view, was beautiful with the Twin Rocks, but we're going to go further in and see the overall ocean view. Section is known as Crab Cove. And the waves are coming and rushing pretty good along the rocks. Okay, now we're saying goodbye to the ocean and heading back toward the entrance. but we're doing a slightly different loop. And again, you can see, wow, look at this beautiful flowers in there. It's amazing what you see. And again, plenty of opportunities. They have benches all along the way, so you can take your time and enjoy the beauty along the way. Beautiful walk along the way, walking back up along the creek. Heading back out, but before I stop taking video, I just wanted to go underneath one more sort of tunnel of trees and look down into the water. You can see the flowers lying in the water that are falling off the trees. It's a beautiful sight.